what's going on? So we're gonna do a little trade recap of today. It's kind of early right now. I'm kind of tired, but it's all good because we won two trades, two W's, which is nice. I did a little lower risk today just because today, Friday, we had that PPI today. But I mean, yesterday I did not trade at all because CPI and there's a ton of news going out. So I did not do that at all yesterday. But what I did do is trade today. There's still a lot of news, but just the PPI was what I was more worried about, which is at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. But we basically caught some trades here. Our first trade was on NASDAQ, and then also a second trade was on S&P 500. So, I mean, the trade on NASDAQ, okay, so it was good, it was decent, but I could have took more profits at this liquidity down here, but I just wasn't too particular about the trade because I did not follow one of my rules. I was skeptical, so I just put my profits here. I was playing it safe. So right here, 5-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and look. So what we had here, we had kind of like a sell-off structure here. When I went back on the 1 minute, we had this liquidity sweep of the 5-minute. We had this liquidity sweep up here. My original bias was at this low, this London low here. So I was hoping price could have came down to that low, which it did. But again, I mistake one of my rules, so I only took profit here instead of down here. If we go on the 1 minute, that was my bias, is hitting that London low for the day because we hit a higher time frame liquidity on the upside. This, I was hoping we could have got an SMT, but we did not get an SMT. We just got normal highs here. Okay, so price came back, pulled back. This is an order block. Price came up into that order block, created this fair value gap as well. So then I went short right here off of this fair value gap with stops being at around this high, targeting here. I know it's kind of shit risk reward, but hey, I mean, money either way, right? So in this trade, I only risk $500 to make around, actually I made like 450 or something like that. That was it, but at this low. But I should have just partial here, full take profit down here. But you know, end of the day, money's money. But there's that trade. I just didn't follow one of my rules because I like to go in a fair value gap in the past. Right? Like, say if there's a fair value gap here, I would rather have that instead of a new one that just got created. But it did respect this order block, but came pretty high in this order block. I was just kind of skeptical overall. But anyway, there's that trade. The second trade is a little more awesomer because we got a better move here. We had this liquidity sweep on the bottom, like I said it was gonna go, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I sold here on that first trade. It's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and wait for the liquidity sweep. There, I got it. And I was still looking for SMT, but we got no SMT right there. So what we had this fair value gap here, small little fair value gap that did get inversed, okay? But it was not my entry criteria because I need 1 minute order flow. So what I'm looking for is a breaker structure to the upside, which it got it. Actually, I thought it got it here, right? Because I thought it was about to close, but then I entered here, okay, which is, again, violated one of my rules. But I entered here, okay, and I'm like, oh shoot, well, I just entered. But the thing though is, I mean, we do have our order block. We have an order block. I felt safe, so I was okay. So I'm gonna look. Let's see if price breaks structure here now, right? Which it did. Right here broke structure, which would have gave me a worse entry, which my stops would have been here. So I was actually okay with that. But anyway, so once we had that, what was I looking for? Well, looking for these highs to get taken hit, but these highs did not get hit. But what we had was kind of a pain in the ass, not gonna lie, because this fair value gap, we had this 5-minute fair value gap here. I wanted to get inversed, so we kind of waited for that, but price gave it a hard time. It was just, you know, rejecting off of it. Then eventually it did. I did actually take a partial right here because I was like, okay, if it wicks out of this thing again, I'm just gonna take a partial just in case, and then I'm gonna go ahead and boom my stops back to break even just in case to, you know, keep me risk free on this trade. So when it wicked, I just took a partial there, but ended up breaking this fair value gap. And then I was looking for these highs to get hit, but in order for those highs to get hit, I knew we had this order block on the 5-minute. So this whole section here, I like to count the whole thing as an order block, but some people might differ. But most people might just do the body. So order block here, just say order block, boom, price comes up in that order block. I was looking for price to get outside the order block to hit these highs up here. It didn't. It rejected. I'm like, okay, cool. Whoa, what the fuck? Did you see that price action? Holy shit. Did you see? What the? Holy. What the? Was there news? Hold on a minute. Was there news that just came out? No news? Oh, Fed Williams speech. Holy cow, that's freaking crazy. Okay, but anyway. Okay. Got some crazy price action right there. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So it didn't hit these highs because it rejected off of that order block. It came down and actually stopped me out. So actually, right here it did. I had it above. I should have had it below, but I mean, either way, I would have got stopped out. So entry was here. Took profit here of 3 contracts on the micro. My stops to break even after this point. I waited for price. Came up in the order block. Rejected off of it. Stopped me out right here above this fair value gap. So basically, pretty simple right there. Those are the 2 trades I took. Overall, only like 2K in profit, but I wanted to risk less today because it is actually PPI day. I don't really like to trade on the CPI at all. PPI, if it's it's not as volatile as CPI, but PPI is still volatile. But anyway, yeah, I told myself I wanted to trade today. I really do want to trade today. I just told myself I'm going to use proper risk management. I'm going to do half what I usually risk, which I did. But yeah, so basically that's what it was. Hope you guys did enjoy. Hit that like and subscribe if this helped you out a bunch. And yeah, with that being said, take care. Trade on. Peace out.